Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. So this, by the way, this is what winning looks like for Jacksonville. We've had about 6 years where the City of Jacksonville's efforts have not had any success in bringing money back to the City of Jacksonville. Let me be clear, that's the City of Jacksonville. That's not to suggest that anyone up here has not done their work and brought home work and appropriations for things that they care about in their districts. But the city and what we represent has not been represented on our behalf in Tallahassee in a very long time. So me, my team, the administration, the delegation, and members of City Council worked this session to begin the process of bringing tax dollars back home for things that are aligned with the priorities that I've talked about and that City Council has talked about. So today's a great day. The budget that was just passed in Tallahassee through the City of Jacksonville brings home about $1.85 million in appropriations from the state budget. Again, the first time since 2011. During my campaign and since I was elected, I've had clearly stated two top priorities. I've talked a lot about priorities and that a budget is a statement of priorities. That is public safety in neighborhoods, and our representation in Tallahassee has spoke to that cause. We received $250,000 in the Community-Oriented Policing Services Program. That's in short called the COPS program, which helps reduce violent crime in our city. I'm proud to tell you that Senator Aaron Bean and Representative Charles McBurney sponsored this project, and we got it done. Thank you. These dollars will help the city meet the local cash match that's required for this federal grant, so we also get federal dollars there to allow us to hire, train, and deploy new law enforcement officers in needed areas. Starting in July, we will have seasoned officers assigned to implement violent crime prevention solutions and data-driven, problem-oriented policing strategies in areas of town plagued with violence. So this is a win for the City of Jacksonville. But one of the things that I've also talked a lot about and that I believe deeply in is prevention and intervention. You've seen my commitment in my first budget to invest in those programs. To that end, reentry programs are incredibly important. We got $900,000 for the Jacksonville Reentry Center out of this budget. I want to thank again Senator Aaron Bean and Representative McBurney for their guidance on this. To put this into perspective, $900,000 out of Tallahassee this year. Last year, JREC served 642 individuals with $655,000 in change. This increase in funding from Tallahassee, JREC anticipates they'll now serve over 1,000 individuals. So that's from 642 to over 1,000. We know this works. Recidivism rates of those that complete the one-year program have fallen by up to 33%. The two programs, COPS and JREC, will go a long way towards public safety. Again, the prevention and intervention piece, making sure that people that want to re-enter society in a productive way, we're demonstrating to them that we believe in that and we know it works based on the data we've seen in previous years. Other key focus has been, my focus has been investing in most vulnerable neighborhoods, and we've done that this year, this cycle, with two important projects. The first is the Moncrief-Dinsmore Bridge Replacement Project on the north side, on the border of Councilwoman Katrina Brown's District 8 and Councilman Reggie Brown's District 10. I want to thank Senator Audrey Gibson and Representative Mia Jones for your sponsorship and work on this appropriations request. This project will replace a structurally deficient bridge that serves as the only access point for residents to get to their homes. In the most recent evaluation, the Florida Department of Transportation concluded that the structure must be replaced. We here in the city have appropriated $1.1 million toward this project, and this appropriation from the state will add additional $500,000 to getting this project done and demonstrating that we care about this neighborhood. Right now, design is about 60% complete and will be 100% complete by the end of 2016. Construction will begin immediately after the design is done and will take approximately 12 months. The second program is the Julington Stormwater Improvement Project in Councilman Matt Schellenberg's district, which received $202,450 state dollars in this budget to address water quality and flood control issues. Again, Senator Aaron Bean and Representative McBurney stepped up with their support and sponsorship to get this through the legislature. This project will relieve local roads of stormwater issues and build a new 2-acre wet detention facility to improve water quality and stormwater attenuation. The total cost to construct the stormwater detention facility is about $1.6 million. Will take 21 months to complete once the additional funds are appropriated through our own budgeting process here in Jacksonville. With the completion of this project, we estimate the new facility will reduce, this is important, will reduce the amount of nitrogen in our water system by 286 pounds per year, which helps improve the health of our river. In conclusion, again, this is what winning looks like. This is what teamwork looks like when we work together, when we communicate, when we lay out priorities, when we talk amongst ourselves, and when we communicate amongst ourselves, and when we communicate with our governor. So I want to thank, again, members of the delegation, members of the City Council, including those that couldn't be here today that were instrumental in getting this done. And I will suggest to you that this is only the beginning. We're going to continue to build relationships with our team in Tallahassee, and we're going to continue to advocate for and bring our fair share back home as one city, one Jacksonville.
Good afternoon, Jacksonville. I'm Aaron Bean. I'm your state senator. The mayor keeps pinching me, and I don't know if it's because I'm not wearing green or he wants to make sure he's not dreaming that the pension bill reform did finally pass. And I'm happy to say it did. And, you know, he mentioned my name a couple times. I love to hear my name mentioned, but also Mia Jones is here, who is the chair of our delegation. Hopefully she'll get a chance to speak in just a few minutes. I want to brag on our delegation because we sometimes fight like cats and dogs because we're on different sides of the party aisle. But I tell you what, we knew going in, we were all on the same team as this pension reform was our #1 issue. To brag on the mayor who came early and said, this is it, Jacksonville and North Florida delegation. If we're going to be successful in anything, this is it. When you free up 20%, this has the potential, as you already know, freeing up 20% of Jacksonville's budget. When we free that up to do other things, there's really nothing else that we can't solve if we can solve the, I don't want to say the elephant in the room because I love elephants, but it's the big problem that's staring us in the room. We fix this, then we're in very good shape moving forward. We've had tremendous conversations on who's going to be president, but I predict over the next 3 months we're going to have tremendous conversation on how to vote on this upcoming referendum issue. It now goes to the City Council, as I believe they're going to do their spin on it, and then all of us will have a chance in Northeast Florida, in Jacksonville, to vote on this issue. There are a handful of things that we didn't get. The ferry was vetoed. Your Duval delegation has argued for a long time that ferry is a continuation of a state road, A1A, that just happens to cross a river, and we think it's well worth the investment of capital improvements, not operational money, but capital improvements that we're disappointed. I was disappointed personally that wasn't funded. There's a handful of things that Representative Jones and I were talking about earlier. You can't get all you want, but Jacksonville truly has had a big year, and I salute Mayor Curry for making that possible. You were in Tallahassee so much, we even thought about giving you a desk space in our office because he was over there so much. So that was exciting to see us come together. I want to invite Representative Jones, your thoughts on the session.
Thank you, and thank you, Mayor Curry, for bringing us together today. We were successful as a delegation to be able to ensure that in the City of Jacksonville that we were able to bring home over $11 million for the University of North Florida.
When?
We were able to bring home over $4 million for Edward Waters College.
When?
We were able to bring home $2 million for Florida State College at Jacksonville and their North Campus and their nursing program. And what we tried to do is to make sure that we had an opportunity to positively impact the quality of life in Jacksonville, and we know that that happens when we work together. And so depending on which appropriations we were on, me being an at-large member, Senator Bean being an at-large member, it allowed us access to all of the chairs and the vice chairs of those committees and the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House to make sure that those things that we were concerned about here in Florida were in the budget. Those things that the governor vetoed, we didn't want to see that happen because we worked long and hard in order to get the dollars into the budget and to have it to pass on both sides. But we look forward to being able to address those issues, or the delegation coming behind me looks forward to being able to address those issues in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Jones, I want to thank you as the chair of the delegation for the work that you did, particularly as it surrounds the pension issue that I'm sure we'll get some questions on, if not today, certainly in the days and weeks ahead.